But let's get recording, and away we go to scenario 14, where there are secrets, and it's fucking bullshit. But here we are on the North American continent at the community of Fort 7, and here we are aboard the Freedom on the bridge, still in Kadak. So here's Karis, and he's talking to Jamil, the landship's captain, about what the moon race has been up to. And Jamil says that Witz and Roy B are investigating the matter right now, and the lady Tonya is like, oh, just got a message from him. It seems they've located the Diana Counter's main camp around 40 kilometers west of the city. And she was like, tell him to come on home. Sarah asks if he thinks the moon race will try to take Fort 7 by force. And Jewel knows that Diana is trying to pursue peaceful negotiations with Earth. He also knows that the new Federation policies are forcing her troops' hand. Tonya says that Diana Counter want to avoid an open conflict with the new Federations. They're going after an autonomous region like Fort 7, which is a rotten thing to do, in her opinion. Here's Karis. But because of that autonomy, we can't expect any help from the feds, which means the defense of the city will fall on us. And Karis is willing to fight anyone that comes, all comers, because they've got to preserve their freedom. And Tonya's like, wow, that's a far cry from your old cold attitude from when we fought in the past. And then Karis says that if he's changed, it is a boy, by the way, it's because of the Freedom's crew, especially Garrett and Tifa. And he remembers that as an artificial new type, he had lost his heart and had been reduced to a tool for other people's plans. And Garrett and the others risked their lives to help him. Shingo, however, says that Garrett's been missing since the world-breaking thing happened, and the Frost Brothers defeated the Freedom and kidnapped Tifa. Just very expositional of you, Shingo, thank you. But Tonya thinks that this won't be the same deal today, because Witz and Royby's Gundams have been upgraded. Jamil says that while they don't have Garrett's help anymore, they're still going to do as much as they can. Karis is thankful because he did call for added troops. He'll need to rely on the Freedom crew to face this jam. Jamil was also hoping to talk to the moon race based on a premonition Tifa had told him about before breaking the world. And it says, one day the Queen of the Moon and I shall touch the truth together, and the butterfly shall fly towards the future. And the Queen is Diana, is obviously like Diana, but the rest is a bit of an enigma. Jamil wouldn't have expected things to turn out like this, though. Sarah wonders if we might find Tifa with Diana, and if so, would we be able to get her back? But Jamil thinks it's more likely that the new Federation have got her because the Frost Brothers were UNE agents. And Sarah has to wonder what plan they've got going on that's going to involve new types. And Karis inwardly asks Garrett where the heck he is, because they really need his help right now. Meanwhile, aboard the Soleil, we find that Diana questioning Phil about the Diana Counter's employment to Fort 7. And here's Phil, and he says that the troops are ready to build a garrison. She's like, I never gave such orders for that. I hope to negotiate with the town's government. And Phil says that it was an on-site decision, and apologises for disobeying her command. Milan thinks it's only natural that they'll get angry at this, but it'll help in the negotiations. And Diana thinks that this blatant display of power by the Diana counter forces will only provoke an unfavourable reaction. And Milan's like, no, I understand why you think that, but the new Federation see the moon race as any other hostile nation, and it's a result of their contempt felt by humans that hold the positions of power in the Federation. And he says out, and then Diana says, coordinators, space noids, space revolutionary army, moon race. The Federation don't care. The nuances behind the moon race's return to Earth are impossible to convey with the dialogue in its current state, and the Feds are in control of the Sun Belt. The moon race has no choice but to look elsewhere. Diana doesn't like looking the same way the Federation does, but Phil says there's no other way. There he is. And Milan agrees. The negotiations are going to be going along slowly, and as that's happening, they're losing soldiers. If things continue like this, they'll have to mobilise Gingham's forces. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants to launch Gingham's forces. Goddamn Gingham. Fuck that, dude. But Phil says that the soldiers of the Diana Counter believed in this homecoming and beg her to allow them to seize the Promised Land with their own hands. But she's like, no, I'm going to talk to them. She says anything won by force is destined to be lost to even greater force, and she'll not see her people mired in a world of endless conflict. And if the negotiations fail, then she's considering returning to the moon. And Milan just gives up and is like, alright, whatever. Phil, call the troops back. And Phil's like, alright. But inwardly, Phil's mad as hell, and he'll be damned if he's going to pull back after the trouble it took to secure that garrison. And Milan internally thinks if Diana's going to insist on following this unrealistic idealism thing she's got going on, then he and Phil are going to have to think things over. Diana then calls Harry Ord over, who's voiced by Ratzel from the OG, and asks where the Inglesa militia are. Unfortunately, both the militia and Gwyn have been missing since the Break the World thing, and Harry hasn't found anything. After the United Nations Earth did their thing, the new Federation stepped in and just took Inglesa. Harry figures that Gwyn's a very skilled man and was branded an outlaw by the government. And Diana sighs at the beautiful nation of Inglesa being annexed by the Federation, but she'd like Harry to continue his searching for stuff. She says she'd like to thank those who defended the Promised Land, and Harry promises to dedicate all his energy into doing this. And then inwardly, Kihel, because it's not actually Queen Diana from the moon. They've done a Prince and the Pauper. How's he holding his red glasses? His goddamn space glasses. He's from the goddamn moon. He's from the goddamn moon. But they've done Princess and the Pauper thing. He's currently an Earth lady, just dressed as the Queen. They've swapped places. But she thinks to the real Diana that it's been months since they did this little game. And she's managed to learn a lot from the Soleil's libraries to keep up the ruse, but knows the truth will come to light sooner or later, and she just hopes that Diana returns safe and sound before she gets found out. Meanwhile, Harry is just looking at her going, yeah, universe! Meanwhile, at the Diana counter camp, here's Poe, and Poe's rallying the troops, and has just got the message from Phil, and this is a Diana counter soldier, not a Divine Crusader soldier, don't worry about it. But Poe's been given the go-ahead to invade Fort 7, and the troops are like, hell yeah, gonna get that Promised Land back, ooh yeah! But Poe warns that the town will have its troops defending it, and their pride cannot falter. The attack begins in 3 hours. And then nearby is Corin Nanda. He's going to be leading the local conscripts. Corin complains that it sounds like it's going to be more trouble than it's worth, but Poe inwardly remembers being told that Corin was only recently released from cryogenic imprisonment and sent to Earth, and she's heard that he's hella dangerous, so he should be more than competent to fight the Earthlings, so don't worry. But in any case, Corin wants to see his underlings, and here they are. Setsuko Ohara. And then here's Anil, who's like, I'm Anil. It's me. Howdy. If Rand has, like, he fucking loves Rand, but it's Setsuko. And, but Corin was like, well, the Earth's not bad, it's so bad after all, if it's got babes like this on it to keep me company. Poe says that the unit's going to be acting on its own, and they'll leave the tactics to his discretion, and Corin's like, can't wait, oh yeah. But Poe does say, now remember you're part of the Diana counter army and act accordingly. And then she leaves. So Corin says, so you lot, our job's simple. We just gotta squash anything that comes close. It's like, sure, we can do that. And Corin says, if it should come out, keep away. It's my prey. And she says, what it? And he says, the Gundam. And Setsuko's like, wait, what the problem could he have with a goddamn Gundam? What the heck? What? And then Anil asks if Setsuko's looking for a boyfriend, and he's like, no, I'm just looking for someone important. And Anil says that she relates to that, feeling something different from love, and more like the need of just being with somebody. But as for why they're doing this job, Anil says she's just trying to survive, and 47 is a no-no. Either way, if Setsuko wants to continue her search for Toby, she'll need to survive this, and both girls wish each other good luck. And she just talks about the UN and stuff. Don't worry about it. Because you just wear just a bra in the mountains. She's got like a really flimsy tank top on. But here's Mission 14, The Gathering Strangers. Now we get these jokers. Here's the Freedom. There's Sarah. He's like, alright, Diana Counter's approach is coming in. And here's Wits in the Airmaster Gundam, the blue fella. He's like, they're finally attacking. Here's Karis. This is if they break through us, they'll open fire on the city. And he's the only member of 47's troops that can assist. And Royby, the dude in the red Gundam, the Destroy, I don't think it's been upgraded to the Leopard yet, promises to work his butt off because they already got paid. Tonya tells them to give it their all, and Kid, the mechanic on the Freedom, is confident that he's finished upgrading the Leopard and the Airmaster. It might be the Destroy then. So, Moon Force is incoming. These guys like, wow, look at all the different things they bought, big and small, it must be mercenaries. Poe gives the order to attack and remove the only obstacle in their way. And Setsuko thinks that despite the Moonracer's enthusiasm, this is more of a raid than anything else. And Neil spots 2 Gundams. And Corin's like, eh? And looks at him, the red one and the blue one. He's like, you idiot, Gundams are white, they're not Gundams, you're wrong. It's like, what? He says, I remember the Gundams of the past. They'd always show up at times like these to fight. Without this though, they're like, if there's not going to be any Gundams here, this is boring as hell. I'm out. And he just leaves. It's like, fuck it. So Poe gets annoyed as hell at Corin Nanda, and he's like, is he running from the enemy? And he was just like, oh jeez, this useless dude. Anyway, it's going to be up to us, Setsuko. Got to cover for him. But Neil does recognise the Freedom from up ahead, and can't believe she'd run into him in a place like this. And Jamil is a lot of different dudes. Karis is... this dude here is excellent. This dude here is Archibald Grims and George Desand in G Gundam. And Wits is otherwise known as Zoro in One Piece, Waka in Final Fantasy X, and Mondo Wada in Danganronpa. But they're all just squaddy material. And we got to fight Setsuko. And Setsuko will have the same equipment that we gave her and is as upgraded as we made her. And if we kill her, we'll get the items she's got, so we have a chance to double our items. And she's not very tough, pretty dodgy though. But do we have strike here? We do. We got a strike and a couple of focuses, and we've also got support defend level 1, support attack level 1. Okay, so we need to use him as support attack if we're going to do this. It's gonna be rough. Oh, and the moon's out. Brilliant. Useless. Fucking garbage. Don't even ever bother looking at the goddamn moon. It's trash. This weird thing. The Baldigo or whatever. Chigo. It's like it sucks. Don't worry about it. Do we have the SR point? Yeah, we do. We've got 6 turns to clear the stage, which is rules. And here's Wits. Oh, Witsy baby. Is this thing bad on the ground? No, this thing's fine. It's just S at the end. Right, Jamil. Does Jamil have support attack? He does have support attack, and he's a big boy, but he can't hit for shit. And the Frieden, I think, isn't very good at attacking anyway. Yeah, like it's at least it's post movement. Here comes Setsuko. She's really fast. Jeez. Oh, jeez. You know what? Let's just load that right away, because I knew she was going to be fast, but this plays too enemy. No, all that's happened is she left the other guy. She got dropped off here, and she's got mixed up with them because she's a mercenary. Like that's it. It's all. It's like it hasn't been explained. You just got to infer it. You just got to infer that she's got mixed up with those guys and is now attacking our dudes. So here comes Setsuko. Yeah, that's more like it. Still not brilliant, but we'll do the big thing. I'll use up all of his energy. So here's Setsuko. I wasn't about to be choosy in order to fulfill my goals, but this isn't a fight that I or the Moonray should be having. But if we kill her, we'll get a booster, an apogee motor, and a ranger, which is nice. Whiffed it. Perfect. Here we go. In the air, master. Nailed it. Perfect, perfect, good. We're on track. Okay, but now you do need to use like a not so big move. Didn't expect much, but Kid did some good work. Come on, bastards, get a good look at the power of my reborn Air Master. Look at these little things, awful. These Wadoms? I think the big ones are Wadom, right? Oh yeah, these are just wads. Got him. The balance is still holding. Yeah, stick to the ammo, buddy. And for a secret, we need Anil to live, and we need to convince her. If we don't do that, then we can't get the secret on the Setsuko route, because you don't have enough opportunities to get the rest of the stuff. That direct hit got me. The goddamn attack got me. Dang. Yeah, these are Wadoms, the big one. There's a Neil, slowly waddling her way over. I need wits to level up, actually, like desperately. Does he have hitting away? I bet he doesn't. Yeah, of course he doesn't. Why would he have hitting away? That'd be useful. Get him, Jamil.
GS コンバットアクション集中して 7A2 で
7A2
キャプテン来ます急速回避
Captain did it.
ついでにこっちも攻撃っといただき
Got him. Star 3, bail out. Oh, see that little thing? See the little thing that was all that was left when we bopped her? Interesting. Anyway, we get the boost to the apogee motor and the range up for bopping Tetsugo. Where is she? Where is she? Alright, anyway, she's just like, the Vigo's too damaged, can't keep up like this. He heals. It's like, damn, got guts. Suddenly, new type flash from Jamil. And, here we are, crew. And guards have got Tifa, it's like, Jamil! Wow, Tifa, you got rescued, you did it, what the heck? Hey, it's the GX! Garrett, you made it, you big nerd. He's like, yep, we made it, howdy Woodson Royby, how you doing? But Garrett says, I've been worried, sick, because the Frost brothers said they killed you. And then Witz goes, well, we're immortal though, right? And Royby says, as long as there's money and beautiful women in the world, they'll continue to live. Elsie from Zabungle then introduces these guys as the Inglesa militia, and Garrett is like, please help, please. And the Garrett is like, hey, you're that dude, hey. He's like, thank you, Garrett, I was hoping we'd meet again like this. And Garrett says, now you can relax that we're here, we'll push the moon race right out of here. Gwyn is on board the Iron Gear, and he's like, wow, the moon race is picking on an independent community to avoid the new federation. Pretty smart, but also they're jerks. Lauren isn't happy though, because he's from the moon. And actual Diana, who's pretending to be Kiel, asks if it's too hard for Lauren to fight them. And he says, well, he's saddened to see this happen after his 2-year mission. He'll fight the moon race as long as they insist on taking the Earth by force. And Kiel thinks that's wonderful. And so she's like, yo, keep your hands away from my sister, Lauren. He's like, sorry. She's just the one who asked to get in the cockpit with me right at the last minute. And Kia's like, don't worry. I just want to see what a battle is like with my own eyes, Soshi. And so she's like, I think you could have seen just fine from the Iron Gear, but... And here's Joseph in a Bourgeonon, which is just Zaku they dug up. But they call it the Bourgeonon, and it's really good because they dig up like loads of GM, like they bring up loads of really good robots, and then they bring up the Zaku, which is fucking trash because it's a Zaku compared to everything else. And they're like, but look how unique it is. It must be a custom robot, so it must be good. But this dude, Joseph tells everyone to quit talking while there are enemies to fight, and Gavan Guni, who's a wild dude who's actually really fucking good in this game. He lost his country when the new Federation confiscated it, but he won't stand for the moon race stealing any property. And Diana internally thinks that she'd hoped to slip aboard the Soleil and change places with Kiel, but the fact that the Soleil isn't here must mean that the battle's happening against her orders. And Setsuko is like, Po, look out, this fight is inviting resistance from civilians, we should retreat and try negotiating. And then Po said, if I wanted you to question my orders, I would have asked. Did you infiltrate my ranks to spy on the moon race? Wait, what? What makes you think that? And Po's like, oh, not only did Korin Nandra escape, but one of his subordinates was a spy. Oh! Shoots near Setsuko. And Setsuko is like, what the? And Anil says, yo, Setsuko escaped, don't get distracted by this idiot's threats. And Anil figures that Setsuko didn't like doing this job in the first place and that she's not cut out for it. So she says, get out of here before I change my mind. She's like, sure thing, thanks Anil, see ya. And then runs over and he's like, howdy everybody, I'm Setsuko Hara, I'm part of the testing thing, blah 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 blah. Need some help? And everyone's like, wait, what? Hi, Tetsuko. And then they give a quick, and then Gainer and Gain give a quick rundown of the Exodus hiring the Iron Gear and the stupid bullshit, all the King Gainer garbage where they want to leave the, like, live free in Japan away from the Siberian Rail Company and it's awful and illegal, blah 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 blah. And they hide the Iron Gear because those guys are wild dudes and they'll help. Here's Jiren, he's fucking good as hell and he loves to eat lizards. But they're working for Gwen to get cash to return to Gallia and Siberia, blah blah blah. So get in formation and start the comp. Yeah, Wits, Royby, formation, combination. Let's go. So they move over, team up. When Korin Nanda shows up. Sergeant Korin, you're back? Over there. Huh? Over there. What? It's a Gundam! And Lauren is like, why is he calling the white doll a Gundam? And Diana is like, is that Korin Nanda? Who set this man free from the cryogenic prison? That's no good. Poe tells him that she'll ignore his previous escape if he takes everyone out. And Korin's like, you don't need to tell me that. I'll smash any Gundam. They're all my prey. And then Anil's like, actually, the GX is mine. Thanks. And then Gary's like, that's Anil. Anil, it's a goddamn Janice. And Setsuko is like, she's not really the enemy here. Could you stop fighting for a second? And Gary's like, yeah, I don't want to fight Anil, but I don't know if she'll listen, but I'll try talking to her. And Korin's like, let's go Gundams. Time for some payback. Because he's a weird shithead, mostly. Hates Gundams. Been frozen in prison, wakes up, all he knows is that he hates Gundams. He's also actually very strong. You can't look at his stats yet though. But, so we've got the Walker Gallia, which is really good. We've got Zabungle, which is really good. And we've got the Trads, which is actual trash. Actual fucking garbage. Iron Gear. Look how slow it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it can move 6. Turn it into form of a giant dude. And now it can move 3. Giant dude form's really good, but doesn't have much going for it in terms of actually getting places and doing things. Here's the Bourgeonon, which is straight up actually just a Zaku, but weird looking. And like when he says in Alpha Guide, and they keep going, it's not a Zaku, it's a Borgenon. You didn't discover it, but yeah. They're like, yeah, it's a Borgenon. It's obviously a cool custom unit. But it's not, it's a fucking Zaku. Is the three, well, Gary the Ninja, Sarah, and Bellows in the Panthers, which are all trash. King Gainer, who is one of the best reels in the game, and he's just super good. And he's super good, and his guy's super good, and his robot's super good. But I'm sick of him after last time. And again, in his ride, which is the Gutchko, because he hasn't got his upgrade yet, and it's a robot with one big arm and a sniper rifle, and it's good. It needs the Black Silver Cross. And here's the Gundam X in the Divider rather than the satellite cannon mode, which is good because satellite cannon mode doesn't fucking do anything, and he's hanging out with Garrus. But let's go. Oh, come on, dude. You need to go literally one fucking square further, you fuck. Go one square further and we could talk to Anil. But we gotta talk to Garrett. And with the turn A is super good, and we're going to put Shah in it first chance we get. It's super good. It's fucking incredible. One of the best units in the game. Lauren, not a brilliant pilot, but he does Magikarp his way up. And the turn A covers for a lot of his problems. And Soshi is in a Kapul, and so is Mishay. And Soshi's a really good squaddy. Mishay is alright too. The Kapuls are mostly just super cute. Let's go. Look at this fucking. Like, he's got super accelerate that goes 4 instead of 2. What's up with that? Games Chicken Walker is extremely unsuited for space combat, which is fine because they don't go to goddamn space ever. Here we go. Jiren is super good. 3-man attack, let's go! Jiren, Rag, and Bloom. Oh, Bloom. No, it's that's Dyke. Dyke's the fat. Bloom's the one with the bandana. Karate Chop, Beam Rifle, Gundam Hammer, Beam Rifle Spread, and Beam Saber. It's Karate Chop. Check this shit out. Wink. Get chopped. The thing with these guys is that like the Walker Gallia and the Zabungle are optional 2-seaters. Like, you can just have one person in, but I don't know why you wouldn't have 2. And we can only get one Zabungle on Round Street. You can get another one, so you can have a good squad full of people. But in this guy, you just have to have Somebody in this shit thing that sucks. Where's Roibs? Old Roiby. Thanks, kid. With this new leopard, I can really go out. It's the destroy leopard. Now then, how about we go destroy stuff, just like it says in the name. The little one does look like a forklift truck. It's pretty much what it is. There's a bungle crew really good. They control with the steering wheel, and they run on diesel, and they don't have glass in the windows. So the iron gear can't plug into space because it's too big to make space proof with duct tape. Is this it? Goddamn Bourgeon! Why would you do this to me? Can't courage on that. Or just defend, like the option I chose. Beam Hawk. Or Team Rod. Get him, come on. He's a monster. Gavan Goonie. He's gonna get Gavan with the fork. Oh, right in the mono eye. And Gavanguni is voiced by old Dungus himself, Beck, I believe. Yeah. Eat Hawk. Yeah, it is. You got him, Gavan. Oh, you wanna go some, dude? You wanna go some? Good little Gain sitting there. By the way, there's a dude called Gainer and a dude called Gain. And his robot's called King Gainer because Gainer's unimaginative and he loves esports and he's a gamer. He's a gamer champ. And one day will be the gamer king. Not gonna get King Gainer's speed like that. These are Wadoms. Look at this thing. Look, it's massive as well, by the way. Actually huge. There's Poe talking shit. Time passes, but Her Majesty's methods yield no military gains whatsoever. So we'll just do it ourselves. If we can claim this land, it would be good, not just for the moon race, but for the Queen as well. I don't know about that part. I think you might actually just be full of shit. Damn, I love MIDI brass. What's up with this timing? Reinforcements. The goddamn Frost brothers. Shadja and Oliver. Yeah, so what's with this timing? And it's the Frost Brothers. And Oliver, this one, tells Shadja that he's only fought in the snow 4 times before. And only in simulations. And Shadja's like, well, it's more experienced than me despite our name. They were hoping to make use of the battle to do their bullshit, but they ran into these guys. And they're like, well, with Garrett around, Tifa's sure to be inside the Iron Gear, so let's go kidnap her and take the Fort 7's research data on new types afterwards. Hell yeah! Karis gets in touch, introduces himself, and tells them that their presence here can be interpreted as either an act of aggression or an attempt to interfere with their self-governance. Olba then says, which one's it gonna be? And Sajid says, both! And they just start shooting everybody. The moon race then start firing back, and Gainer is like, wow, this world is real messed up and I don't like it. Gainer agrees, but now isn't the time. We gotta bust some, and the Jiren's like, time to bust some heads. And regardless of who's coming, Garrett's not letting anyone take Tifa. Anil, are you really going to keep gunning for me, come rain or shine? That's right, I'll kill you. That's your punishment for rejecting me. You got it all wrong. No one's rejected you. You have to understand that, Anil. Alright, I guess we beat up Setsuko because she was doing merc work for the moon race, and they're bad. But she's back. And here's Corin. Goddamn Corinander. Found you, Gundam! This man, he's also calling the White Dollar Gundam. Somewhere in my head there's a memory of a Gundam screwing me over, you know? I want to erase that. You mean you've got a problem with Gundams? And then Diana, is it a memory from before his cryogenic imprisonment? Yeah, that's why I'll be taking you down, Gundam! Corin's got problems in his head. Gundam! This shit robot is awful. Oh, good. Thanks for stealing my fucking hard-earned bops, you jerks. Every time with the bop stealing. Yeah, that'll do. This is Doltress. Bring in Guy Shishio dudes. That's excelling.
見えだぞ。
押ししかできないくせに。
お前ら軍に好き勝手されてたまるか。懐に飛び込みさえすれば。そこだ。
Radio Protoss. Yeah, I think I can see. Like they're like the. Is it the Dragoon? The weird four-legged walkie one? Stop stealing my box, shit. Every time, always with the box. Stealing.
目標確認。
The extendy blades.
もうガンダムなのか。ま、あんたの実力じゃそんなもんでしょ。これならどうだ。
All of the guns.
俺だってガンダムに乗れば。
Thing on their Gundam. Please stop stealing my kill. Please, my box. Here comes Zolba.
ミサ、先に攻撃させてもらうよ。君はこの僕の獲物なんだ。
And this thing turns into that. This thing also turns into a big fucking gun and I hate it. Just fighting the Cross Brothers is always awful. And here comes Saja, but he can't do anything after moving. But his robot's fucking full of shit as well. Did the Visago? I think his thing's the Visago. Don't know what it's called yet. It's fine. I think it's Shaja that's Kyosuke. Alright, yeah. Just took to Anil. Stop it, Anil. No reason to fight. Even if you don't, I do, and that's all that matters. Just because I didn't pick you? That's right, we need each other to dispel the loneliness we feel. And despite that, you chose that Tifa girl. And you'll kill me for that? That's gonna satisfy you? Yeah, it will. If I can't have you, then I'll erase you with my own hands. I don't want to fight you! And that's it. Now we don't have to do shit, we just need her to be alive at the end, because she's fine. .200mm gun.
班長命令、全力で敵を殲滅せよ。
開始。エンジン全開。
もう班長は私なのよ。
どうぞ。